welcome to my channel. I've wanted to make this video ever since I bought my Xbox One X, and I have been able to buy this great console because of you guys who watch and support my channel. I mean, there's no bullshit there, that is true. It's not cost me a penny. Okay, I've been searching all over the internet to get information on the 4K DVR recording bitrate. Can Microsoft increase it perhaps? Bit of a tall order, I think. I asked this question because the whole reason I bought this console was because of this feature. Now, I realise that for $500 or £450 in the UK, maybe it is asking a bit much, because if you want 4K 60fps recording on PC, then you'll have to have a very capable and beastly machine to do it, you know, these days. In my case, my PC would need a substantial upgrade in order to be a 4K 60fps game capturing powerhouse, which would also justify a purchase of the, say, for example, the Elgato 4K 60, you know. It's the only one that's available that offers 4K 60 recording in terms of capture cards. And the problem with that, though, is not only the cost, but then I might as well get the full PC experience of high quality, high resolution graphics at 60 FPS minimum, you know, which would also make my poor little Xbox One obsolete. Anyway, included here are some 4K 60 FPS gameplays from the DVR, and you can see how blocky and pixelated the gameplays look. I mean, just look up into the sky, for example, and here's where you can spot it a mile off. To be honest, 24 megabytes a second, which I believe is what it is, for capturing 4K graphics is nowhere near good enough. Can anyone tell me if Microsoft has plans to improve this, if possible? I would really appreciate some feedback on this issue, because I'm sick of these questions falling on deaf ears, you know what I mean? Overall, I'm really impressed by this console, and I also have a PS4 Pro, believe it or not, which has not been on since November. That's how good this console is. I might splash out on God of War though. The new one looks absolutely awesome, but probably I'll only dust off the cobwebs from Sony's machine for exclusive like God of War, or say for example The Last of Us 2. I mean, these games will give that console a new lease of life probably. You know, they look that good. But one thing I notice these days with YouTube is streaming. It's all the rage. But they do it mainly because they are really hardcore gamers. But a lot nowadays rely on donations, which, you know, you're seeing more and more of. You know, you want to look for a video on YouTube, and it's a stream they've done, and the I'm looking for good quality recordings, you know, to do with particular games and particular setups I'm interested in. Don't get me wrong, I make a few quid here and there, though, you know, YouTube monetization, and I'm partnered with Curse Union Network for Gamers. It's a very good network who don't tie you into a Biden contract and pay 90% of your earnings, and I thoroughly recommend them. They're fantastic. But getting back to the main issue about 4K capturing, I could opt for 2 devices that capture 4K, but at 30 FPS, which will cost me less without need for a PC upgrade. But 30 FPS, come on, who wants 30 FPS when your game runs at 60? Look at Star Wars, for example, you know? It's just not what you want. I just want, you know, to be able to do what I bought the machine for, and that's what this video is about. One thing you notice from my channel's content is 30 FPS recordings interpolated to 60 frames a second, which is so much better on the eye, and it's why I do it. For example, I was the first YouTuber to ever feature the game UFC 2 at a simulated 60 FPS. Even the likes of MMA Game got the idea from me, not the other way around, you know. As well as PS3 classics like Killzone 2 and 3, now they still have a strong following, and I have to mention Guerrilla, why is shutting down the servers on March the 31st, or whenever, it's the end of March anyway, in 2018. There's still players still playing Killzone 2, and it came out in 2009, you know, it's still getting supported. It's the same with Fight Night Champion, that's still getting supported. Oh, and I've used that game as well and converted it with MediaWide, so it looks beautiful at 60 FPS. You know, I mean, just check out the playlist anyway, and you'll see 30 FPS games like this, and you've never seen them before like this. Trust me on that. So if you've got 1080p display and you can watch 60 FPS content how it should be watched, then you'll look at these and think, bloody hell, they look good, you know. But anyway, to some other subjects, I've had to make do with recording Xbox One X super sample 1080p gameplays, which is not what I want. Then upscale them back to 4K, which is a pain in the ass. but I use OBS to do it. So it's a brilliant capture software. I use that as a different method of recording. You know, I don't want to record using the capture cards record central software, or it would be the same with Elgato. I wouldn't use that either. I'd use OBS. Alright, so what makes it possible to easily upscale, and you can record with extra colour if you want, and record with extra sharpening if you want. You can put different effects into your recording. It does it on the fly. It's brilliant. You know, it's so comprehensive, and it allows me to upscale as well, back to 4K. In my last video, that's what I did. But at the end of the day, I want my Xbox to do exactly what I bought it for, because there's no point offering a feature that just doesn't live up to the expectations. And mine are quite high, you might think, but you know, it's very easy to see a shit quality recording, you know. And I should be forced into having to shell out more cash to achieve my goal, which is beautiful gameplays that make you go, wow, that's fucking awesome, man. Okay, please give me some feedback on this, and thanks for stopping by. And click like, not a like. Jeez. Click like only if you liked it, you know what I mean? Thank you for watching. Cheers.